Hey everybody, today in the podcast we're going to be talking about the secret to being the best mom you can be. Welcome to the podcast with Kylie Nichols. I made the unlikely transition from stay-at-home mom to CEO of a multi-million-dollar leading fashion brand. At Nickel & Suede, we empower the everyday woman to step into her story more boldly, one life-changing accessory at a time. The goal of this podcast is to inspire you through both my story and the stories of other powerhouse women to take that first step towards living the best version of your life. So grab a notebook, grab a pen, and get ready to get started with Kylie Nichols. Hey everybody, happy Friday. I'm back with you today. You are with Kylie Nichols, and I'm excited to talk to you right before Mother's Day weekend. Always a fun weekend. You know, we talked about Mother's Day last week, and there's lots of different feelings and things about Mother's Day, but I do always look forward to it. I love being a mom, having 5 kids, and having gone through so many different phases of motherhood. There's so much to love about it. My 5-year-old brought home a card from preschool the other day, and that was fun because it was one of those, my mom is 34 and she loves to snuggle with me and her favorite food is meat, which is not true. But he did get one of them right. He said, my mom's favorite way to relax is to get a warmie, which is one of those like warmed rice packs or like a hot water bottle. And the whole family was like, that is so true. So it was cute to see him know things that I like. And he's really proud of himself with the flowers he brought home and stuff. So thankful for preschool teachers who do all those cute things. And then also Mother's Day is right around my oldest's birthday. So I think I've said this before. He was born on Mother's Day 12 years ago, my word. So this year, his birthday is on the day after Mother's Day, but we're still going to celebrate him, get together with my parents, and it'll just, be a little bit of a celebration of my mom, being a mom, all the things. So I've been a mom for 12 years. I've been an entrepreneur for just about as long, honestly. Right when Easton was born, he's my oldest, it was about when he was 6 weeks old that I had the first idea for a baby belt and really got started on my first Etsy shop. And that was my first venture into selling something and making something and learning those new things. And I've talked about it before, but that was a really critical time in my life where I kind of found something that I really needed as a person and as a mom, and kind of the thing that has saved me all along the way. I love being a mom. I do think being a mom is super creative. You have to learn so many things. It pulls all the selfishness out of you is what I tell people. It just sucks selfishness right out of you. So there's so many good things about it. But I also found that I was craving more, and I was craving my own thing. And once I found something to fill that spot, that thing that I was going to grow and cultivate for just me, I really started to love life. I really loved being a mom, and I also really loved having this other thing I was cultivating and growing inside myself. And so that has kind of become something that has, even as a pillar or as part of what I want for our customers and the brand that I've grown, is just that belief that the best moms are the best versions of themselves. And there are so many. Every version of, the best version of you is totally different than the best version of me. But the best version is always going to make you the best mom you can be. And so I'm very passionate about women following the things that they're interested in, pursuing talents and creativity, and being contributing in the world in lots of different ways, and really always having something to cultivate and grow inside yourself, because you're a human being too. You are your own person. And so even though we're taking care of lots of little people or bigger people or just people around us, we also are taking care of ourselves by having something to grow and cultivate inside ourselves. So the support I have for that is I've done this myself. I've experienced it, and it works. I have always had a little bit of a side hustle or a side project or something that I loved to just go do when my kids were napping or when they went to bed at night. And to me, that's like the sign that you have something, is if you're like, oh yes, I can't wait to get back to that thing, whether it's cross stitching or if it's, creating TikTok videos, or if it's reading a book like about the Civil War. I don't know. But like that thing you just really want to get back to doing is lots of times something that we're growing and we're progressing inside. Now, as human beings in the world we live in, lots of times that thing we run back to go do is actually consume stuff on our phone. And so I've definitely found that if you want to find your passion or find your thing that you love, or really be filled up in a real way, we have to be willing to put away our phone and engage with real things, make something, use our hands, do something that's not as much electronic. But so over the years, for me, it's been sewing. I would alter clothes that I bought at the thrift store. Sometimes it was thrift store shopping and just really the thrill of the hunt. I would do all of our little businesses. So when we did belts, and then I just wanted to add something else. So I learned how to make baby neckties and bow ties and had so much fun picking out the fabric for those. My style blog is another area that I've just loved, and even creating social media presence and creating content for that, it totally counts. A doll is within that. So I've learned so much over the years by just always having something else I was pursuing and growing in, and that has given me a lot of confidence. And so I know that that'll give you confidence. It gives other women confidence to have something like that you're constantly progressing in. The thing that this relates to motherhood is I've also thought a lot about how our kids perceive us or how our kids grow up and are. And sometimes as a working mom, I felt like, I'm not around my kids as much anymore. Are they going to be okay? Or I'm taking time to go do this vendor show over a weekend and I'm leaving my family to go do this. Are my kids or my family going to be okay if I pursue these extra things? And the thing that I really believe is that our kids watch us and they emulate what we do so much more than anything we ever say. And so we can be around them a lot. We can talk to them a lot. We can read them books about things and talk to them about all life lessons. And that's important. But what they really remember and pick up on and what becomes part of their fiber and who they are is a lot of times who we are. And I know that because of my parents. I don't remember hardly anything that my parents told me growing up. There's very few phrases that stick out. But now that I'm a mom and I'm still growing up, I think back about what my parents did and what I saw them do as I try to make choices now. And so I'm still learning from my memories of my parents. And so, this year I've been focused more on my skincare routine, and I know everybody's focused on their skincare routine right now, but I've been trying to get into these habits of things that I do consistently. And so one of those has been washing my face at night and putting on my moisturizer and taking off my makeup. And for years I've struggled with that. But I keep thinking now about every night my parents were so dedicated. I remember watching them both every night my whole life, flossing their teeth and brushing their teeth and taking off her makeup and washing her face. And that was just so normal. It's just my parents, the fabric of them is to do the right things consistently all the time. But it just gives me so much okay, yeah, I've seen that done. I know how to do that. Other things would be saying prayer as a family at night. That's something I want to do consistently. It's hard for me to do, but it's easier if I remember, when did we do it when I was a kid, or how did we do it? I remember Saturday chores were always a thing. And how did we take care of the house? How did we take care of the lawn? Now that I'm adult, I have to figure these things out. And I remember back to what I saw my parents do. I literally don't remember them being here's how you mow a lawn. I just remember that here was kind of the schedule that my parents followed. And, of course I have changed so many things and I don't do all the things my parents do, but the proof to me that our kids pick up on and have memories of what we do and who we are is the fact that that's what I look back to my parents. And I know everybody's parent relationship is different. Soren has a different relationship with his parents, and he doesn't want to emulate everything that they did. Neither do I. But we each just kind of look back and remember who our parents were, what they did. And so I just know that that's the legacy we're passing on to our kids. So as you work through motherhood, or maybe we all have the circle of influence that we have. So not everyone's a mom, but we all have a circle of influence. And the way that we make the biggest influence and the way that we, I think, can get what we want for those people, like I want the best for my kids, is if I am willing to pursue that for myself and really to just be my best self. Now, my best self doesn't look like, for me, going and doing events every single weekend and traveling all the time and like pursuing only one thing. It also looks like saying no to things and going, like this morning I went to a doctor's appointment and I missed a couple of hours work for one of my kiddos. For me, it looks like trying to be more balanced. But I am always trying to be better and always trying to learn and grow and put out the worry that maybe that will somehow negatively affect my kids if I'm really pouring into myself as well. So I really admire the women that pour into themselves and also obviously love their kids and their family with all their heart, whether that means going back to school or getting involved with something and bringing their kids along. There's so many ways to do it. So I just want to reiterate Mother's Day, motherhood, really the best mom that you can be is the best you that you can be. So you are already awesome. You're already doing amazing. You have so many talents and skills that you know, every season you'll be able to pursue and different ones and be able to cultivate different things. So as we wrap this up, I know as moms, we always want the best for our kids, but I really just want to encourage you to want the best for yourself, and that is what's going to get you the best for your kids. That your kids will see you as a confident mom, a happy mom, a mom who's not afraid to be herself. She's authentic. She's creative. She's got her own talents and skills and passions, and they will admire you for that and love you for that and feel like it is okay for them to be that way too. And I know we want all of those things for our kids. So just really want to encourage you to want those things for yourself and make it happen. So happy Mother's Day. Happy future Mother's Day. Hope you have a great weekend with family or however your weekend goes. But you're awesome, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for listening today to With Kylie Nichols. I hope that today you felt empowered to take one more step towards living the best version of you. Tune in next week for another episode, and in the meantime, you can find us elsewhere on the internet. You can find me on Instagram at Kylie Nichols and at Nickel and Suede. You can also find us at nickelandswade.com. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.